As we take a moment to close our eyes, to rest in onto the floor, let's focus on our breath. Feel our body let go and sink down into the floor. And bending our knees, let's draw our knees into our chest and give them a hug. Taking a moment to soften through our low back. And then rock forward and back. Let's come up to a standing position at the front of our mat. From our standing position, let's inhale, sweep our hands up. Exhale, bend our knees, hinge forward from our hips, and fold. Letting our upper body hang. Let go of our neck, our shoulders, lengthening our spine. And then take a peek at our toes. Notice where they're at. Notice how we turn out our feet. Notice if we drop our weight down into the inside of our feet, flattening our arches. Notice the direction of our big toes. Just taking a peek at our feet. And then lift our big toes up off the mat. Keep our little toes pressing. and hold. Put our big toes down, lift our little toes, keep our big toe pressing into the mat. Holding, breathing. And lower our little toes down. Let's walk both feet back into plank pose. Then lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, opening our heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spreading our fingers wide. Rolling our armpits underneath us. And walk forward, front of our mat. And fold. Take a moment, peek at our toes, notice where they are. Bend our knees, rise all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk both feet back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra, opening our heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing, breathing. Walk forward, front of our mat. And fold. Let go of our head, neck, shoulders, arms. Surrendering over our legs. Check in with our feet, our toes. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step our right foot back to a short stance. Bend our left knee, drive our knee over our toes. You can let your arms hang. Keep your heel of your front foot firm on the mat. Then straighten your leg and lift your toes. Put your foot back down, drive your knee over the center of your foot. Take it as far forward as you feel comfortable. Keep your heel firm on the floor. And come up, lift our toes. One more time. Drive our knee over the center of our foot. Keep our heel down firm. Maybe lift your back heel. Taking a little more weight to your front leg. Come up, lift our toes. We're going to drive our knee over our big toe mound and across the big toe, feeling the knee drop in a little bit, keeping our hips square to the front of our mat. Heel stays firm on the ground. Then straighten our leg, lift our toes. Put our foot down, drive our knee over our big toe. Keep our hips square to the front of our mat. Heel stays strong, drive it down a little bit harder. Then come back, lift our toes. One more time. Over our big toe, maybe lift our back heel. Drive your front heel into the floor. And come back, lift our toes. Drive our knee over our pinky toe side. So you're actively pushing your knee out to the side. Keep your heel pressing down. And come back, lift our toes. Put our foot down, drive our knee over our little toe. Heel down firm, option to lift our back heel. And come back, lift our toes. One more time. And come back up. Put our foot down, step our back foot forward, front foot back. Short stance. Weight should be balanced between both feet. Drive our front knee forward. Keep our heel down firm. And come back, lift our toes. Put our foot down, drive our knee forward, heel down firm. And come back, lift our toes. And put our foot down, drive our knee forward. Option to lift our back heel. And come back, lift our toes. Knee over our big toe. Feel the knees kind of squeeze together a little bit. And come up, lift our toes. Foot down, knee over our big toe. And come back. Knee over little toe. Holding, breathing. And come back, lifting our toes. And knee over our little toe. And come back. Knee over our little toe. And come back. And put our foot down, step forward. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Take a peek at our feet. Walk both feet back. And lower all the way down. Cobra. Press the tops of our feet in the mat. Reach our big toes back. Lower all the way down. Hug our bellies in. Press up and back. Downward facing dog. Let our heels soften. Notice how it feels through our ankles. Notice how you hold your knees. Lift your tailbone up. And then walk forward, front of our mat. Folding. Bend our knees, rise all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Grab a hold of our socks. We're going to place them in between our toes. So if you want to grab a seat to do so, you can. If you want to do it standing, you can. You're going to take your sock, place it between the big toe and your second toe, and then go over the top of your second toe underneath and kind of weave them in and out through your toes. And then you do the same thing with your other sock. If you find that the extra bit of sock is binding up underneath your feet, you can switch the direction, or you can make sure that you're bunching up your socks between your toes more than you are having underneath, so they're not stretched out. And then once you get them in between your toes, you're going to come to standing at the front of your mat. From our standing position, I want you to notice how this feels in your feet. Kind of wiggle your toes around, make sure they feel solid. And then inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back, lunge. Notice how it feels on your back foot. Rise up, reach your hands up to the ceiling, shoulders over hips, front knee stays bent. Let your shoulders relax down. Then we're going to draw our arms out to the side, bend our back knee, and then tuck your tailbone and lean back. Push off through your back foot, straighten your leg, bring your arms to your side, open up your heart, drive your back heel back. Place your hands on the floor, step back, plank. Lower all the way down. Release the tops of your feet, cobra. Reach your big toes back. Lower all the way down, hug our bellies in, press into the mat. come up, downward facing dog. Walk forward, front of our mat. And fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step our left foot back, lunge. Front knee over the top of our ankle. Take a moment to find your foundation. Rise all the way up. If you find you're struggling a little bit through the rising up, through the balance, you'll notice how much you use your toes for balance. I really want you to focus more on the feet and ankles and knees and hips and less of your toes. Bring our arms out to the side. Bend our back knee, tuck our tailbone, lean back. And straighten our back leg, lean forward, arms come to our side, reach our heart forward. Keep the outer hips hugged in. And release our hands down to the floor, step back, plank. Lower all the way down. Cobra, opening our heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting our tailbone up. Hug our armpits in. Walk forward to the center of our mat. Walk our hands back to meet our feet. Folding. Bend our knees. Rise all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Release our arms to our side. Sweep our hands forward and back. Make fists as our hands come forward. Extend our fingers as we reach back. Fists, fingers, fists, fingers. Keep it going. Speed it up. Soften your knees. Then we're going to march it out. Then we're going to stack forearms. Extend fingers, stack forearms, extend fingers, alternating which forearm is on top. And come back to center. From here, we're going to lift our right heel up, then lift our right knee, then extend our left arm forward, bending our elbow, bend our right elbow, kick it back. So you're frozen in a running position. Sweep our right foot back, chug our arms, and bring our knee up. Repeat, sweeping our foot, chugging our arms. One more time. Put our right foot down. Lift our left heel, left knee, left elbow forward. Right elbow forward, left elbow back. Foot is flexed. Start with our foot, add our arms. Find one more time, and then put our foot down. We're going to release the socks from our feet, place them off to the side. We're going to save them for later. From here, we're going to step forward to the front of our mat. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Lift our big toes up off the mat. Leave the rest of our toes down. Maybe even actively press the rest of our toes down. Put our big toes down, lift our little toes. Actively press our big toes into the mat. And relax our toes. Walk both feet back. Plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, reaching our big toes back. And exhale, lower down. Place our hands underneath our forehead and relax. Open our arms out like wings. Place our left cheek on the mat. Lift our right foot. Lift our right knee. Lift our right hip. Reach our right foot over to the left. Lower our right hip, right knee, right foot down to the mat. Lift our head. Right cheek comes down. Lift our left foot. Our left knee, reach our left foot over to the right side. Keep your shoulders down. Then lower our left hip down, left knee, left foot. Switch your cheeks, your head, rotation, and then lift your right side, reach it over and back. Slowly take it down. Left side lift as we turn our right cheek to the floor. And lower down. Keep our shoulders right where they are so we're not letting them lift. And lower down. Left, switching our head each time, keeping our shoulders down. And bring it down. One more time each side. And lower down. Other side. And lower down. Hands come underneath our forehead. And relax. Slowly draw our hands to the side of our chest. Press up to all fours. Crawl forward. Grab a seat. You can use your blocks, a blanket, towel, whatever you have. You don't want to use any props, you don't have to use any. We're going to take our right foot, either place it on your leg, on your prop, whatever you have, so that it's accessible. And then we're going to take our fingers and interlace them between our toes. Start from the top of our foot. And then we're going to draw our toes towards the top of our foot. Draw our toes towards the bottom of our foot, stretching the top of our foot. And then bring our toes back towards the top and then back down. You can really place your foot anywhere that's comfortable for you as you do this. The point here is to spread the toes as far as comfortable for you and to find movement while your toes are spread. And then come back to center. Release our fingers from our toes, grab a hold of our big toe and make circles. We're just creating movement in the joint. You can just use your fingertip on the bottom of your toe. You can grab a hold of the whole toe, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. And then holding on to the big toe, I want you to draw your big toe towards the top of your foot. And then take your other hand and you're going to start with your thumb right at your heel, where your heel and your arch meet. And I want you to press your thumb into your foot and then drive your thumb up towards your big toe mound. So just kind of gliding it along with your thumb. If this is too much for your thumb, you can use a knuckle. So like taking your index finger, bend it, use that knuckle. You can do the same thing. You can use all your knuckles, you can use whatever you like. And we're just kind of finding a fascial release from the heel, where the arch of your foot meets your heel, all the way up to the big toe mound. And one more time. And then release. You're going to take your fingers to your second toe and just find circles. Just creating ease within the joint. And then we're going to pull that second toe towards the top of our foot and hold. And then we're going to take either our thumb or our knuckles, whatever we prefer. Start from our heel. Trace that line from your heel to your second toe mound. Nice and slow. Might feel crunchies along the way, and that's okay. And find one more time. And release. We're going to find our third toe and just find circles. Best as you can. It's okay if the other toes move. And then draw that toe towards the top of your foot. Same thing. Heel to the third toe mound using your thumb or your knuckles. Slowly press and drag. Three times total. and release. Find your next toe. Same thing. Circles. Release. Actively press as you stretch that toe. So drawing the toe towards the top of your feet, tracing your thumb or knuckles from your heel to that fourth toe. After your third one, release, move to your pinky toe. And relax. Be very gentle as you draw your pinky toe up towards the top of your foot. And then tracing from our heel to the outside of our foot to that little toe. And release. We're going to extend our right foot. I want you to point your toes up to the ceiling. Kind of just relax your foot for a minute. Notice where your toes are at. Notice the space between your toes. Notice how you hold your toes. And then I want you to spread your toes. You'll find you can move some toes better than the other, and that's okay. We're trying to direct our awareness from our mind to our toes and see how we can move them. And we're trying to spread them apart, just like you would your hands. And relax your foot. We're going to switch feet. Putting your left foot on whatever prop you like. We're going to interlace our fingers from the top of our foot in between our toes. Draw our hand to the top of our foot the best we can. Then we're going to draw our toes towards the top of our foot and then towards the bottom of our foot. Taking your time. And bring our toes to center. Release our fingers from our toes. Find our big toe, make circles. Come to center, draw our big toe towards the top of our foot, either using heel or fingers, knuckles. Press from our heel all the way up to our big toe mound. 3 times. Then move to our next toe, our second toe. And then draw our second toe towards the top of our foot. Trace from our heel to our second toe. 3 total times. Then move to our third toe. And relax. Draw the third toe towards the top of your foot. Same thing, 3 times. Then move to our fourth toe. And relax. Fourth toe comes to the top of our foot. Same thing, tracing from heel to fourth toe mound. So as we moved through both feet, I want you to notice where the areas you had the most tension. Move to your little toe mound. Be very gentle with this joint. And draw the little toe mound towards the top of our foot, tracing from our heel to the outside. Now, the areas that you had the most tension on, I want you to work on these on a later date. They may need a little more attention, and we can focus on those later. But remember this so that you can do this at any time that you're feeling that tension in your feet. Then release. We're going to extend our left leg, point our toes up, and then see if you can spread your toes. Getting really familiar with how your toes move, how you can make that connection from your mind to your toes. This is a hard practice to learn how to move toes without actually using the floor. And relax. Let's come to lying down on our back. Draw our knees into our chest, give them a hug. Then release our left foot down to the floor. We're going to hold on to the back of our right thigh. And I want you to really let go through your right hip. Extend your right leg up to a place that feels good for you. Stretching the back of our right thigh. Then extend our left leg. Notice how this feels. Bend our right knee, take our left hand outside of our right leg. Right arm's going to open up, and we're going to draw our right knee over to the left. Push your leg forward until it comes in with your hip. You want to tuck your foot on your knee, you can. Option to extend your leg. Keep your belly hugged in. Draw your outer right hip forward towards your left foot. Then bend your right knee. Lift your right knee up. Draw your right knee back into your chest. Give it a hug. Left knee comes in. We're going to switch legs. Right foot comes down. Interlace your fingers behind your left leg, and you're just hugging your left knee in. Soften your left hip. The more we let go of that left hip, the more we can let go through the left side of our back, our hamstring, our glutes, our hip flexor. Then extend our left leg up. You can draw your leg forward. And extend your right leg forward. Bend your left knee. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Draw your left knee over to the right. Push it forward till it comes in line with your hip. You can tuck your foot or you can leave your leg out. Left shoulder stays down, left hand reaches out. Option to extend our left leg. Belly stays hugged in. Outer left hip reaches for our right big toe. Bending our left knee. Draw our right knee comes into our chest. Both knees get a hug. Rock side to side, massaging the back of your body. Rock your head side to side. And back to center. We're going to move into Shavasana, final relaxation, your variation. Closing our eyes, and our palms face up. Drawing our awareness back to our bodies. Wiggle our fingers and our toes, our hands and our feet. Roll out our wrists and our ankles. And relax. Reach our arms up and overhead. Extend out through our fingers and our toes, finding the full length of our body. And relax and soften. Bending our knees, roll over to our right side. Press ourselves up and find our way back to a comfortable seat. Drawing our hands together in front of our heart. Reflect upon our practice today. This practice of movement, this connection with feet, reminding ourselves that our feet are our foundation, and what's the rest of our body stacks upon. When the feet don't work right, the rest of our body is challenged to find stability, balance, functional gait, being able to walk without pain in any part of our body, and can affect our knees, our hips, and our low back. Taking the opportunity to focus on the foundation helps us move better through our body. Take that with us and into our weekend, our days to come. Namaste.